Good morning, Chaos to Order Challenge group. I just wanted to take a quick moment and do our first video for the base of our pyramid, or the foundation, which is our physical needs. So I put together a slideshow because we've got some visual learners and I wanted to make sure that everyone was able to learn in a way that was best for them. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. So give me just a second to get this set up. And if I can get my slides to work. There we go. All right. So day one, physiological needs. So like we talked about on the webinar. So if you haven't had a chance to watch the webinar yet, I highly recommend that you do so because it'll make everything make more sense because everything is based on that webinar. So Maslow's hierarchy of human needs, just as a reminder, states that in order to get to the highest level of this pyramid right here, we have to get what's below it in the pyramid. So first we have to get our physical needs met, and then our safety needs, then our sense of belonging, then our sense of success, and then our self-actualization, or our ability to teach or mentor. Every time we complete a pyramid, we create a new one if the foundation is stronger than it was in the previous time. So that is something that I want to start with today, because you're not going to increase in your successes and you're not going to increase in your level to maintain order if you have a crappy foundation. So physical needs, that is the base of our pyramid. That is the base of the foundation. So what are our physical needs? Our physical needs are shelter, food, water. Oh, I have shelter twice. Temperature and sex. Yes, it is an actual physical need. People are healthier if they are having it. So although I'm not going to be going over every single one of these, because I assume you're dressed. I hope you're in your home. It's whatever. But you have a home, you have clothing, you have food. I'm going to talk to you about how upping your level of food will help. You have access to clean water, but I'm going to talk about how upping your level of water will help. Temperature, and I'm not talking about sex. That's a totally different class I teach. So what level are you on today? Where are you at today? So just do a quick check-in. It is, let's see, this video will be posted by about 10:30 in the morning. How many times have you already eaten today? I had breakfast at 7:30 this morning when I got done working out. And so by the time I get done making this, I will be having my morning snack every 2.5 to 3 hours. And I want to explain why this matters, because I'm sure you've heard this before. Eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. Well, this is why. Your blood sugar will go in ups and downs all day long. And it affects your pancreas, which then affects insulin. And insulin actually triggers our body to store fat, but your body doesn't create it if it never goes into starvation. It'll create low levels and you'll just maintain a balanced blood sugar. This is why people with diabetes are constantly checking their blood sugar, because of their insulin issues. So every 2.5 to 3 hours, and this is why. When you go for longer than 3 hours without eating, your blood sugar starts to drop. And this signals your brain, and it tells your brain, we are going to die. We are starving. Store whatever energy we have left. Is that really what we want? So this is the next thing that happens. You crave carbs or sugars. Why? Because your blood sugar is dropping. What's the fastest way to get your blood sugar to come back up and tell your brain, we're not going to die, we still have energy left? To crave the foods that your body digests the fastest, sugar and carbohydrates. So if you find that there are specific times throughout the day that you crave carbohydrates or you crave sugar, that is probably the time of day that you have gone the longest without eating any kind of a nutritious meal. Your body literally thinks it's going to die if it goes for more than 3.5 hours without eating. So if you can eat every 2 to 3 hours throughout your day, your sugar cravings are going to go away. Your carb cravings are going to go away. Your insulin isn't going to spike, and neither is your blood sugar. That in and of itself is going to help you maintain order in your life. Okay, the next part of this, because of those highs and lows, and if we eat too many carbs, I am not anti-carb, so please, if you are anti-carb, please listen to what I'm saying here. Your body needs carbohydrates. Fruit is carbohydrates. Vegetables are carbohydrates. Carbs aren't just bread. Sweet potatoes are a carbohydrate. Beans are a carbohydrate. So there are a lot of things that are good food that our body needs to sustain energy levels. So this right here where it says pair a carb with a protein or a healthy fat. Avocados are an awesome healthy fat. If you're not huge into avocados, chickpeas, that's what they make hummus out of. Cheese is a healthy fat. So nuts are a healthy fat. Why you want to pair a carb with a protein? First, it prevents spikes. If all you do is eat an apple, you're going to get a blood spike, and that will create insulin and all of this other stuff. If you eat an apple with, say, a nut butter, which is one of my favorite things, I'll slice it up and I'll use the apple to dip into my nut butter, I'm not going to get that spike because my body is processing the fat as well as the carbohydrate, and it's sustaining it. So if you have looked at my meal plan, you will notice that anytime you are eating a carbohydrate, which is the yellow, a fruit, which is the purple, or a vegetable, which is the green, it is paired with either a protein or a healthy fat, because I am trying to prevent blood spikes. I'm trying to help our bodies sustain this nice, easy level of blood sugar. Because when our blood sugar drops or spikes, I don't know about you, but it does stuff to my brain. And so when I go have you ever heard the term hangry? You're hungry and angry. It's because of your blood sugar levels. So if you can eat every 2.5 to 3 hours and you compare a quick digesting food with a slow digesting food, it will actually help you maintain order in your mind. And if you have order in your mind, what's going to happen to the world around you? You will have more order. Okay, once living, less chemicals. So there are different levels to the pyramids. And like I said on the webinar, if the level you're at right now is soy-based replacement chemical bars, what is one level above that? Can you find something that has less chemicals? Can you eat something that was once living? Now, am I only talking about animal? No. Plant was once living. So even in your bread, you can get what's called sprouted wheat bread. And what that is they actually let the wheat go to head so that it was germinated. And then they turn it into wheat. So it has a higher content of vital nutrients. So once living is always better than processed or never living. It was created in a lab. Okay, this is the next big tip that I have for you with food. Eat within an hour of waking up. You want to eat within an hour of waking up because otherwise it triggers your metabolism to go slow. If you want to speed up your metabolism, you need to start eating, which brings me to my water tips right here. Right here, within 10 minutes of waking. If you can drink your first 8-ounce glass of water within 10 minutes of waking up, it prevents dehydration and it will help your metabolism to start going as well. I have people ask all the time, well, how do I know how much water to drink? It's really easy. And I'm just using simple math here so no one think I'm singling you out. If you weigh 200 pounds, cut that in half, which is 100 pounds. That's how many ounces per day of water you need to drink. So you need 10 10-ounce glasses of water to maintain hydration. So those of you who know a lot about me know that during my pregnancy, I have a condition called HG. So I throw up all day long, all 10 months. And one of the things that's hard about that, hold on, I have a 2-year-old. Yes? You can absolutely have a drink. Okay, So the more I throw up, the more I get dehydrated. The more dehydrated I get, the more I throw up. So I have learned a lot about hydration. And some of the things that I have learned, this being one of them, how much water we actually need. That the water is better assimilated into the body if it is alkaline. Now that is anything over, so 7 is neutral, anything above a 7 is alkaline, anything below a 7 is acidic. And we have so many foods in our diet that are acidic, it really is important that our water be alkaline. Some of the waters that would surprise you that are acidic: Smart water, acidic. Fiji bottled water, alkaline. So if you're a bottled water person, just Google the pH level of your water and it will tell you. And you may be surprised that some of the most expensive waters you're drinking aren't that great. I'm really lucky because I live in Logan, Utah, and our water does not contain fluoride in it, and it is just naturally alkaline. So I can drink my tap water and get the alkaline that I need. I'm kind of jumping around on this list, and I apologize for that. Electrolytes. This kind of falls under food and water tip. Electrolytes are things like healthy salt, mineralized salt, so Himalayan salts, sea salts. Regular iodized table salt is not a healthy salt, but salt's gotten a bad rap, so people stay away from it altogether. And I want to recommend that you stop doing that. Our body will not absorb the water we drink if we do not have enough sodium in our diet. So even if just when you're making your omelet in the morning, you get a little bit of Himalayan salt or some sea salt and you put that on there, 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt per liter a day is actually what our body needs. So for pregnancy, I have a mixture of coconut water, lime juice, and Himalayan salt that I drink as a natural electrolyte to help me stay hydrated. And that is something that really has helped prevent me from throwing up as much as I was in the beginning. So electrolytes are really important. That is your sodium level. If you don't have enough sodium in your body isn't triggered to absorb the water. So does that mean I have to drink salt water? No, it means salt your breakfast and you're good for the day. It means if you are having a vegetable or a fruit or a meat that you would like salt on, get mineralized salt that's still healthy and use it. And then your body will absorb the water that you need. Okay, before bed. Some of you automatically hate me for this because your first thought was, I don't want to have to wake up in the middle of the night and go to the bathroom. Well, here's the deal. If you are trying to get 8 glasses of water in per day, that's one when you first wake up, one with 5 meals, have a glass of water with each meal, one before you go to bed, that's only 7. So that means sometime throughout the day, you have to come up with another glass of water. This is why people have such a hard time getting all their water in. The reason I say right before bed, if you have trouble sleeping, it is due to dehydration. And if you drink an 8-ounce glass of water before you go to bed, and you've had any kind of electrolyte that day, so your body absorbs the water, you will actually sleep better than if you don't. So don't worry about peeing your bed or waking up every 15 minutes. Your body needs the water. Believe me, your body needs the water. So drinking before you go to bed will actually help you get better sleep because you will not be dehydrated. So my tips for sleeping better, because most people, they have water, they have shelter, they have food. What they are really lacking is sleep. So try to get to bed before 11 p.m. Our body's natural cycles are to sleep between 11 and 6. And so we get the most rest actually between 10:30 and 1 o'clock in the morning. So people who stay up really late, it throws off their sleep cycles. So then they sleep in, then they take naps during the day, they have all these other problems. If you can get to bed before 10 o'clock would actually be preferred. But then I always have someone say, well, my kids don't go to bed and I need my free time. Then wake up early. Wake up early. I don't know people's backgrounds here, but the only thing I'm going to say to that is, do you want to practice living your life in the light or in the dark? Wake up early, guys. Wake up early. A brain dump. What a brain dump is, have you ever thought yourself awake before, or you can't fall asleep because your brain is just going crazy? So I have a notebook next to my bed, and I will just write all my random thoughts, and then I close it, and then I lay down, and I go to sleep. And my brain doesn't worry about all of that stuff. So I call that a brain dump. No electronics. If you have a TV in your room, get it out. That will actually affect your intimacy life. So TV's out. A lot of people say, well, my alarm is my cell phone. Well, for $5, you can go to Walmart and you can get a red light alarm clock, because red lights don't bother us when we're sleeping, but blue lights do. Get an alarm clock that tells you the time and has an alarm on it, because the last thing you want right next to you when you're sleeping are electronics. If you absolutely have to have your phone next to you, turn off your Wi-Fi, turn off your data, and turn off your sound, so that if people are notifying you during the middle of the night, you don't hear it and it doesn't wake you up. I love falling asleep to meditation CDs. And so I have several that I do. They're all about a half an hour, and I have yet to listen to the entire thing consciously because they put me to sleep like that. So meditation CDs are great to listen to help you fall asleep. And then temperature. Temperature is actually very important. If the temperature in the room is above 73 degrees when we're trying to fall asleep, our brain is activated to stay awake. So if you are someone that doesn't like to be cold when they sleep, but you have a spouse that does, buy a blanket that just covers you, get the temperature in the room down, and put more blankets on, and you will both sleep better. But temperature is important for sleep. So I'm going to go off screen share really quick. I hope that some of these helped. If you have questions, please, please, please post them. A couple things that I have to just kind of remind you of. There is a meal plan. So if you need ideas on how to pair food, you need ideas of what to cook, do it. A couple people have asked me about Shakeology. I am more than happy to order it for you. I have no problem doing that. I love it. So if you want it, let me know quickly so that I can get that to you as fast as possible. Another one, your results are on you. And the more actively you participate in this group, the better your results will be. Tomorrow, when we talk about safety, we will be talking about routines and workouts. So if you are currently not doing a workout program in any way, shape, or form, there are a couple things that I would suggest. Low level. Start walking, even if it's just to your mailbox. Even if you're like, I don't get any mail, I don't care. Watch your mailbox 3 times, call it exercise. If you're above that level and you are a runner or you're constantly exercising, do you have a routine with it? Do you have a set time that no matter what, you will exercise during that? Mine is at 7 o'clock in the morning. So at 7 o'clock in the morning, I get up and I work out. I do that because my house is nice and cool. It's quiet, it's calm. I work out through Beachbody. I have what's called Beachbody On Demand, and I love it. It's basically Netflix. It's every program Beachbody has ever come up with. So it's Insanity, P90X, 21 Day Fix, all sorts of different programs. And I just turn on my TV, choose which program I want to do, and I do it. So I have it really easy because I have access to dozens of different workout programs. I will put a link in the comments for people who are interested in doing that, because if you've never done anything Beachbody before, you can do a 2-week free trial for that. So if you're like, I don't have a clue what to do with exercising, then try it. It's free. And when the week is over, I'll post a video on how to cancel it so that you don't get charged. If you decide that you love it, then keep doing it and we'll get that figured out. So if you do not have a workout program, find one. Am I saying go join the gym? Not necessarily. It's summer. Go for a walk. But the biggest point is move. Move, move, move. Check in on your water. Check in on your food. Go to bed tonight. And this evening, I will have a check-in. So I'm going to post in the comments what today's challenge is so that it's easier to find. If you have any questions, post them, and we'll see how you guys do today.